The following is a live sports presentation on Glycod.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now.
And a pleasant good evening from Lawrenceburg. Central Kentucky high school basketball on Glycod is on the air. Tonight it's Simon Kenton and Anderson County, a pair of 8th region rivals, and welcome in Chris LaBar along with former Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest. Gary, this game appears to be very competitive, although the record's not so much.
Well, the records look different. It's because both teams are looking for ways to improve. For Coach Steiner, he really tested himself with his early schedule, and his record sort of indicates that. They won a good game, and they've lost to 3 other really good teams. For Anderson County, they took the route, we're beginning to walk. Their best player, they thought, they lost after the first game, blew out a knee. Unfortunately, but fortunately, they had a kid move in over the summer, and he right now is their leading scorer in Sparrow.
Simon Kenton, as you see, 1-4. A pair of their losses to a couple of top 10 teams in the state, North Oldham, also most recently to Covington Catholic. And this team traditionally starts slow, but they normally ramp up as the winter goes on.
Very much so. You usually see when you get to January the real Simon Kenton team. He uses December as a month, sort of a proving ground, if you will.
Anderson County won 7 of 8. They've got 4 consecutive wins since losing to Grant County, an undefeated team. The Braves beat Anderson back on December 9th. We will take a look at our most outstanding players a little bit later on tonight. Also, right now, let's feature our players to watch, and we'll start for Simon Kenton with a young man we expect big things from. That's Bray Bilton, a double-figure score for the Pioneers.
Well, Bilton's been around a while, and he's kind of the guy that's the coach on the floor for Simon Kenton, and they expect that out of him.
So Bray Bilton, 16 points and 5 rebounds as a 24-point season high versus Oldham County earlier this month. And for Anderson County, it's Andrew Sparrow, a move in from Mercer County, and he has brought a lot of offense with him.
He's a good-sized kid. And with the loss of Beasley, he's a welcome new addition.
Noah Beasley, a 13-point-per-game scorer, injured a knee. He is out for the season for Anderson County, so only one of the 2 cogs available throughout much of the winter. It's Simon Kenton and Anderson County tip-off around 8 p.m. Up next, we'll chat with Brian Hyatt, the 8th-year head coach of the Bearcats. Stay close. More coverage coming up after this from Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something at school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Gary Forrest coming to you live from Anderson County High School, where tonight 8th Region Boys Basketball. You have the Anderson County Bearcats, and they're hosting the Simon Kenton Pioneers. I'm here with Coach Brian Hyatt. Coach, 7-1, a good start.
It's been a good start, considering not having anybody back other than Noah Beasley, and then of course him getting hurt. We're very much a work in progress, and we're getting better every day.
Coach, what do you think has been probably your biggest surprise with this match?
Well, obviously Sparrow. Everything we've done so far, it starts with Sparrow. He's a force around the basket, and of course he's not just that. He can shoot the 3-pointer as well. But anytime in high school basketball, if you got somebody around the goal that's 6'5", 210 pounds, get off the floor and put it in the basket, it's a good starting point. Everybody around him, we just have tough kids that really care about winning and losing.
Well, it's the Anderson County way, isn't it?
Well, that's what we hope. These guys are all system guys. They're going to lay it on the line every night for each other. And as a coach here, that's all I ever care about.
Coach, is it more about what you do or what you're capable of making Simon Kenton do for your success?
Well, I think they're going to be more aggressive defensively than we're going to be defensively. They obviously want the game faster, and we want it slower. So we got to be able to handle their pressure, and then we got to make sure we can get the ball to Sparrow in the working area, and then we got to get our behinds back down the floor and hopefully be able, to make it hard on them to score. If the game gets up and down the floor, their guards are a little bit more dynamic on the bounce than our guards are here. So we definitely want to shrink the court, and make it into a half-court game. But in order to do that, we got to be able to take care of the ball.
You've heard it from Coach Brian Hyatt here at Anderson County High School, where tonight his Bearcats take on the Simon Kenton Pioneers. This is Gary Forrest for Glycod.com.
Looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
We know it's more than a Bragel. It's love at first bite. Bigby makes it better.
Hi! Mr. Dependable. Kids these days. Am I right? What? Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Oh, yeah! 2, 3, 4, single lady, don't say a word. That's gonna buy you a parking spot. I'm Mr. Dependable. If I get Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
For your home and your range. Bad Boy. Power, performance, attitude.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Anderson County High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. If you just joined us and you wonder why you're seeing a basketball game now, well, this is the conclusion of the junior varsity game. The varsity game will tip around 8:05 tonight. And, Gary, as we talk more about this Anderson County team, yes, they're 7-1, and yes, their schedule thus far hasn't been very good, but they've done what they've needed to do.
Very much so. You know, last year was one of those sort of a retooling year, and even with that, they only had one returning starter. So what you try to do is fit your schedule to your personnel. And, you know, because they didn't have a great season last year, you have a lot of people calling wanting to play. So Coach had his choice of teams, and, you know, they're 7-1, and the game they lost was a close one, could very easily be 8-0.
Lost to Grant County, as we mentioned, but this is only their third home game of the season. They've had a lot of success on the road, winning at Menifee County, John Hardin, Henry County, which is getting better, and Washington County. So you look at this team, and they traditionally even play better at home.
Very much so. I mean, this place is a tough place to play. We used to always say you better be 10 to 15 points better. It's a great atmosphere for the home team.
Bearcats on the campaign, albeit quite early, 53 points, but only giving up 39 points defensively.
That's what they live and die by. They hang their hat. Coach said, you know, we're not always blessed with great offensive players, but, you know, I can teach people to play defense. You know, offensively, you know, have to be born with a little bit of skills there.
64% as a group from the foul line. So where do the additional points come from? Noah Beasley out, again, averages 13. So how do the Bearcats overcome that deficiency?
Well, it doesn't hurt when you have a move-in come in, and he's about 6'5", 220 pounds, and he's a pretty good player as they're learning. You know, they're just learning to play with this guy. He's only been here since this summer, came from a neighboring county, and for whatever the reason, I'm not aware of, but he's a perfect fit, and when they lost their leading scorer, it's nice to have someone like him step in and help them, and he's been a good fit.
And you've got Cooper Welch in really significant time, averaging 10 rebounds a night.
Well, very much so. They're always geared defensively. And, you know, one of the things you have to do as a coach, and sometimes it's forgotten, is you've got to be able to piece the parts of the puzzle together. And one of the things that Coach Hyatt has been successful, you know, he just tells his kids, play hard, play good defense, and good things will happen. And with the addition of, you know, the move-in, Sparrow, things have obviously right now going in their direction.
This junior varsity game, a lot of drama being elongated. We have a timeout with 0.8 seconds left in what is a 4-point game. So varsity a little bit later.
Looking for that somebody's going to try to draw up a 4-point play, and the other coach is saying, whatever you do, just don't foul anyone. Don't move.
More coverage still to come. We'll have a little bit later the Elite Building Products game plan and also talk more about this Simon Kenton program. Trent Steiner in his 23rd season, and we'll tell you more about him right after this pause. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Thanks for joining us tonight on Glycod. It's Simon Kenton and Anderson County, an 8th region tussle tonight in Lawrenceburg. Pioneers warming up, and they're coached by a familiar face, Trent Steiner, the second most tenured coach in the 8th region, and this guy has done a lot for that program.
He really has. You can't say enough about Coach Steiner. Just really works hard. He's from far eastern Kentucky, about as far in Kentucky as you can go, and he's found him a home in northern Kentucky. But Simon Kenton has been there over 20 years.
23rd season. He's coached at 24th overall. Spent a year at Lawrence County, which is his alma mater. And in this program, under his tutelage, they're young, but again, they're going to get better as this season continues.
Well, his teams implement the type of person that Coach Steiner is. You know, he's kind of like a bulldog, and, you know, in a way, both of these coaches really mimic one another. You know, everything starts out with defense, and anything you get on the offense is extra ice cream, if you will. And both of them get their kids to play hard for a good portion of the game.
In terms of the Simon Kenton data, if you will, they're 1-4 albeit against a very difficult schedule. Covington Catholic, by the way, may be the top team in the state. They're dominating a team right now at the King of the Bluegrass at Fairdale, and Covcath, no shame, demolishing Simon Kenton. So what can the Pioneers learn from that lopsided loss?
Well, you learn about your kids. You know, you look for the positives. You don't dwell on the negatives a whole lot because, you know, a lot of teams are going to be outclassed by the teams they play in Northern Kentucky. So, you know, when he gets back in our region, then things kind of level down a little bit, if you will. People that don't understand, Cove Catholic is a school that basically has students from all over Northern Kentucky, and sometimes they even cross the river from Cincinnati. So they're always strong. So don't be misled by the fact that they lost to them by a big margin.
Pioneers' lone win versus Oldham County, and also losing a tight game at North Oldham, a 10-point game, so that certainly bodes well also.
Well, both those teams, North Oldham and, you know, Cove Catholic, playing in the King of the Bluegrass and expected to do well.
We'll step aside here, take a quick timeout. Thanks to all of our great corporate partners tonight on Glycod. They're making this broadcast possible, and we certainly appreciate their support. Highlighted by Anderson Apothecary. We'll be right back.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
We know it's more than a teddy bear latte. It's how you roll. Bigby makes it better.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain with advanced engineering and American-made steel.
Home on the range.
Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Communication is really important on a team because you have to know what everybody's doing, even when it's not your job. You just really want to work as one unit, and whenever you can do that, the team is at its best. I think staying active helps me to be my best self by keeping me disciplined. Being able to look back whenever I go to bed at night, checking all the things off that I've done that day, it creates the best me. My name is Trent Noah, and I'm better without it.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Let's take a deeper dive into this Simon Kenton group throughout the first couple of weeks of the season. 1-4 with the win versus Oldham County. And Gary, at the bottom you see that discrepancy with offensive points and defense as the season continues. What are some numbers that Pioneers fans might look for in terms of offense and defense?
Well, anytime you see a record that's 1-4, you obviously want to see the offensive numbers pick up, the defensive numbers drop. And as time goes on, it will. It's easier to put a defensive team on the floor than it is an offensive. Offense is a much more polished skill. And as time goes on, you're going to see that come to fruition with Simon Kenton. And as far as Anderson, they're a little bit ahead of things. And, it didn't hurt the fact that they had a player with some polished offensive skills move in.
Pioneers offensively, as we showed you, 49 points per game. And a very solid free throw shooting team. And I know it's in the bugaboo of Trent Steiner trying to take this team back to the Sweet 16. It's been a minute now, 1995, as a member of the 9th region.
Yeah, very much so. And, he wears that on his shoulders. And I'm sure there isn't a year that goes by someone says, Coach, are you going to win the region? The last time they won the region was when they also won the state tournament, so that was a different time and a different region. So things are a little different. They've had some hard luck. They've gotten to the regional finals a few times. And, it takes that. It takes luck, ability, and skills, all those things to get out.
You've got a 5-year stint from 2021 through 2025, 2 8th region semifinalists and 1 8th region finalist. So 3 out of 5 years they were in the Final Four.
Well, that tells you they're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Just not getting over the hump. And, sometimes you're just blessed, and I tell my wife, if I was smart, I probably would have got out of coaching my first year as a head coach. We went to the state tournament.
Absolutely.
And, people say from that point it was downhill. Well, maybe in some eyes.
Elite Building Products proudly sponsoring tonight's game. They will have our game plan and our inside look on both teams. Gary Forrest will have that for you next. It's Simon Kenton and Anderson County live tonight on Glycod.
Looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
We know it's more than a bagel. It's love at first bite. Bigby makes it better.
Hi! Mr. Dependable! Kids these days, am I right? What? Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Oh, yeah! 2, 3, 4, single lady, don't say a word. That's gonna buy you a parking spot! I'm Mr. Dependable. If I get Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable!
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
For your home and your range. Bad Boy. Power, performance, attitude.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Now for an inside look on both of these teams, presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They are the right decision for your home, Gary. First up, an inside look on Simon Kenton.
Well, Simon Kenton basically has a deceiving record, as we mentioned already. They played awfully good teams. And Coach Steiner wanting to test his kids out of the box. Their early schedule is somewhat like a murderer's row. They've played well in most of their games, but these are quality teams that they played against. And now it's time to start building on it. They're always tough and aggressive. They are a solid team. They're very well coached, as we mentioned earlier. Returning lineup, it's going to get better and better as the year goes on. That's the way they're built. Bilton and Marks really give them sort of a 1-2 punch, and the other three kids that start play amongst them. They'll bring 2 or 3 kids off the bench that are young and inexperienced, but as the year goes on, they're going to get a lot of playing time.
Let's take a glance at Anderson County, their inside look.
Well, Anderson, kind of expected to have another year of growth. They took their knocks last year, and they built their schedule where hopefully they would get some early season wins. That part has come true. The problem was what they thought was their best player has only played a half of the first game and then had an ACL tear. What they didn't plan on, and fortunately for them it happened, is they had a move-in from a neighboring county, and he's been awfully good when you consider averaging 20 points and about 6 rebounds a game, and that's Andrew Sparrow. The rest of the kids on the team, they're role players right now, but when you're 7-1, things are going right now.
Bearcats defense, founded on man-to-man principles. It's always been a staple in their program.
It's not surprising you see scores in the 50s because they take pride in their defense. They're very aggressive, and they play hard. We talking about before the game, it would not surprise me if this is one of those 50-46 type ball games for either team to win.
And who would that favor, a low-scoring affair?
Well, I think Anderson usually is used to this sort of tempo, so it's not apt for them to pass the ball maybe 15 or 20 times until they get the shot that they want. And playing in this gym, noticeably down through the years, it's been a tough place to play. The fans are pretty vocal. They're knowledgeable fans, but they will flat get on you, and that's all a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid needs to think besides playing on the floor is what the people in the stands are saying.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight live on Glycod at Simon Kenton and Anderson County. Starting lineups next. We'll have it for you in just a moment.
Looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
We know it's more than a Bragel. It's love at first bite. Big B makes it better.
Hi! Mr. Dependable. Kids these days. Am I right? What? Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Oh, yeah! 2, 3, 4, single lady, don't say a word. Jack's gonna buy you a bargain first. I'm Mr. Dependable. If I get to save batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
power, performance, attitude.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Big B Coffee. Big B makes it better. Starting quintet for Simon Kenton, it's anchored by Bray Bilton at 16 points per game and Eddie Marks at 15. Will Scobie, perhaps their top three-point shooter, factors in as well. Noah Hardcorn, a freshman, his first varsity start tonight, and Aiden Thomas, the other starter tonight for Simon Kenton. Starters for this Anderson County bunch, a starting five, as we talked about, highlighted by the Mercer County transfer, Andrew Sparrow. Sparrow at the bottom right of your screen, 20 points and 7 rebounds. Then you've got Colton Smith, Landon Daniels, Cooper Welch, and Eli Young. Other than Sparrow, who else can score consistently, Gary?
Well, you've got the other guys are more role players. They're spot shooters within the offense. And Smith will play sort of a newbie into the starting lineup. Young as well. They're more defensive players that on the offensive end, they'll take the bunnies, but their job is to see to it that the scorers get most of the touches.
This Bearcat bunch traditionally plays very solid at home, and it's almost a norm for teams that come in here. It's understood they're going to have to play at a higher level to come out with a win.
Well, you don't want to be the second game of 2 nights in a row against Anderson County because you're going to be sore the next day, that's for sure. They flat get after you.
This series dates back many years. Matter of fact, we took it back to 2006. Pioneers have won 10 out of 12, including the last 7. We'll step aside. Live basketball coming up right after this timeout at Simon Kenton and Anderson County. We'll have it for you next on Glycod.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
We know it's more than a matcha latte. It's your midday MVP. Big B makes it better.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Man O' War Harley-Davidson. 100% Kentucky owned and operated. New Vista. We see the good ahead. Tim Short Auto Plaza. Take the short drive to satisfaction. Martin's Peterbilt. Keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Cartown Kia. Movement that inspires. Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today. And by Suntime Pools and Spas and Apex Driving School. And now, courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
With Gary Forrest, I'm Chris Labar. Joe Million on camera tonight. Steve Bird is our producer. Welcome back to Lawrenceburg. It's Anderson County and Simon Kenton tonight, a pair of 8th region rivals, as both these teams trying to continue to improve as the holidays are right around the corner. Pioneers making the long trek down, and one of the furthest points for them inside this 8th region.
Yeah, very much so. If you go north to south, they're the furthest to the north. You know, they could probably play 20 schools within a 15, 20-minute drive. Unfortunately, when the KHSSA redistricted back about 15, 20 years ago, somebody had to be the furthest north. Simon Kenton ended up being the one.
I think they've embraced this role as they do take some very lengthy road trips, and perhaps it's made them better as well as it's tested them throughout the time.
Because they're a larger school, and when they were placed in the 8th region, half of the 8th region schools were 2A, 3A type schools, and they were a 4A at the time, and now they're already a 6A. So that was the benefit. The trade-off, as you just mentioned, it's a long drive.
So some team-building opportunities on those long bus rides as Anderson County being introduced. Not the largest crowd tonight. Of course, the holidays, a lot of other activities for students to select from, but a pretty good crowd. Tonight's officials, Zach Wilson, Jody Hillard, and Bobby Green. Thanks so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform via Glycod on YouTube. So pace going to be very important in this game.
Very much so. You know, it will favor if Simon can push the pace some, get the game up in the 60s, even 70s. For Anderson, they want to keep it mid-40s, 50s.
And the Bearcats in possession to start, and we'll see how Simon elects to defend Andrew Sparrow, number 24. He's parading baseline, and he's got it underneath now. And there's two.
Well, already Simon Kenton showing zone defense that will try to speed Anderson up, but they get the ball to their number one scorer, and Sparrow sticks it in.
Here's an open left wing three that's going to be off the mark and chased down by Will Scobie of Simon Kenton. They'll get it back. Bray Bilton flings a three. And Simon Kenton now going for their third three on this possession. And another offensive rebound, and it rattles home. That's Christian Bounds that got the start.
You know, anytime you give up 4 offensive rebounds, you're going to be fortunate the other team doesn't score, and Simon did.
So Bounds, the 6'3 senior, rammed that in. And it's going to be a play on, and Simon Kenton rips it away. There's Eddie Marks, the trailer. And Andrew Sparrow will shadow him.
Anderson in traditional man-to-man. Play outside in, try to cover up the threes, which led to open rebounds the first possession for Simon.
Bilton puts it on the floor, slithers in the lane for two. A sneaky basket for Bray Bilton, their leading scorer at 16 tonight.
And that's a good analogy for Bilton. You know, he's clever. You know, he'll get inside. Not great size, but he's clever with the ball. Anderson will take their time. They'll swing the ball.
And there's an interception. Marks in the passing lane. Euro step, finger rolls it in. And an Anderson County timeout. And we'll take one as well. Simon Kenton with 6 in succession. We're back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
And Anderson County will inbound after a quick 6-0 Simon Kenton flurry.
Simon, one 2-2 press, trying to up the tempo, and once again, an almost interception. So trying to create up tempo for Anderson.
Bilton Marks and Christian Bounds each with a bucket as Anderson County trailing now 6-2. And every pass thus far has been challenged, but it's whipped that time, and the layup in for Braden Morrow. Morrow, 5'9" senior, fresh in the game out of the Bearcat timeout.
Bearcats showing zone for the first time today.
Pinballed around and lassoed by Morrow, and he's provided a spark off the bench. As Landon Daniels retreating, and now into forecourt.
Got to get more touches for Sparrow.
Sparrow now has it down low. And Daniels trying to find the correct entry. There it is. As Sparrow maintains his pivot foot, a strong drive, and a Simon Kenton foul, the first of this game.
Well, there's a touch. That's the importance right there. Every time Sparrow's touched the ball offensively, he's either scored or gotten fouled, so they've got to show patience getting the ball, because right now Simon doing a real good job doubling him, trying to get him to give the ball up.
And a Simon Kenton sub coming in, a Sparrow misfiring on that free throw. And one more free throw looming for Andrew Sparrow. And that rattles in.
So Anderson County 2-2-1 press. So you press me, we'll press you.
And Scobie in backcourt. And two passes break the pressure. There's Bilton, a seam baseline, elevates, and it's long. And the rebound ripped away by Cooper Welch.
Bilton kind of got hammered on the shot, no call.
And Bilton out of the scrum with it, and a travel as he somersaults across the timeline. Massive subs coming in. Noah Hardcorn, a freshman, in for Simon Kenton. And Anderson County going to bring back Eli Young. There's Cooper Welch, and Bilton very pesky. And a foul preventing perhaps an easy basket as Cooper Welch called for the Bearcat foul.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Bilton, he's just kind of sneaky, and there's a great example. Little backside tip away. Bearcats staying in the 2-3 right now, trying to cover up those open threes they gave up early.
There's Bilton in the teeth of that defense. It rattles off to the left, and Welch snares the Anderson rebound. Over to Daniels, and now number 3 has it. That's Eli Young, and that's off the mark. And Simon Kenton down the chute. Wide open 3 up in the air, and that's off from Eddie Marks. And Anderson County with a rebound. They've been stuck on 5 for a moment.
Very much so after that early splurge.
And Bilton, he's in the thick of everything, and it's going to go in. And we have a foul away from the ball. I believe the foul's going to be pre-shot, negating the basket. Going to be an Anderson County foul and a Simon Kenton possession underneath.
I think that foul was on Daniels. Never did get a good look from the official.
There's Liam Heeger up top on a moving screen. There was Noah Hardcorn, the Simon Kenton post player, called for the moving screen. So both teams with 2 fouls at the 3:30 mark of this opening quarter.
Well, right now, this tempo favors Anderson, in a 6-5 ball game. It kind of slowed down.
Well done. Gabe Hyatt up the floor, and Andrew Sparrow kisses it in.
Well, once again, Sparrow needs touches.
Now Heger near wing as Simon Kenton operating in the half court. And a travel. I think Bray Bilton perhaps a little indecisive on that far sideline, and possession sways back to Anderson County.
Already 5 turnovers for Simon Kenton, and a lot of those really unforced. Two-2-1 on the half court by Simon.
There's Hyatt. Coach's son has it, and Hyatt inches it down to Sparrow. Great pass, big to big, and a foul as Cooper Welch, 32, was embraced by Simon Kenton, and he's going to head to the foul line.
Well, Anderson did a great job working the baseline. Then their bigs very complimentary to one another.
So side out opportunity, apparently no free throws. As we see Hyatt feeding the post. Now back to live action. Braden Morrow in for 3. Morrow with 5, all off the bench, and it's 10-6 Bearcats. Aiden Thomas at the controls, and it's stolen away, intercepted by Landon Daniels, and then he'll return the favor. Heger finding 55, Bray Bilton, he'll draw some attention. Pass deflected. Heger at the foul line. And Heger inside the arc and in between decisions there. And it's poked away and stolen. This zone defense has had some success for the Bearcats.
It really has. They've been a little sloppy with the ball.
Subs coming in. Eli Young is in for Anderson County, one of several. Simon Kenton will counter with number 23, Will Scobie. The 1:30 mark, opening quarter.
Anderson County staying with the 2-3 zone. Had some success with it.
Scobie lines up a 3, and the rebound snatched by Tyler Ishikawa. And Ishikawa on the controls for the Bearcats. During the 1 minute mark, Bilton's got several deflections. The ball finds Young, and he'll put it in. Eli Young, the benefactor underneath, and it's 12-6 Bearcats.
Bearcats 6 out of 7 from the floor right now.
Marks finds a corner 3 for Scobie. He's 0 of 4 from distance, and Ishikawa on the floor. And a held ball, arrow stays. Simon Kenton. As the Pioneers inbound underneath. I believe, Gary, this is a 10-0 Anderson County run.
Very much so. Got down early without scoring, and now they've only missed 1 shot.
And Bilton with a putback. That's going to end a lengthy drought as Bray Bilton has points 3 and 4.
Well, right now, Simon depending way too much, it looks like, on the 3-point shot.
And Ishikawa handles it up top, working opposite Bilton. Under 10 now in the opening segment. Young stares at the clock at 4, tries to carve away baseline. 3-quarter court shot. Going to close quarter number 1 as Anderson County finishes the first period on a 10-2 spurt, and they lead after 1, 12-8. More coverage coming up from Lawrenceburg after this pause. From Glycon.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
8 minutes in the books. Anderson County leading Simon Kenton 12-8, and the change of defense has really threw Simon off a bit.
Very much so. You know, Simon jumps out to a 5-2 lead. Looked like they had things going their way. I really thought they became too dependent on the outside shot, and Anderson did a great job switching to the 2-3 and taking those good looks away.
Possession side court for Anderson, trying to improve to 8-1 on the season.
2-2-1 by Simon Kenton. Try to speed this thing up.
And a foul whistled on Anderson County, rather on Simon Kenton, I beg your pardon. As Ishikawa providing some offensive support in the backcourt for the Bearcats. Nice ball movement. There's Cooper Welch at the elbow, but it's overshooting the near side Hyatt for a turnover. Bearcats will go back to their bench. There you see the eighth-year head coach Brian Hyatt coaching his alma mater.
Not always an easy thing to do, Chris.
Playing for Coach Glenn Drury, and this program under Coach Hyatt's tutelage has gotten better each of the last few years. There's an entry, and Bilton's pass swiped away.
8th turnover for Simon Kenton. Simon won't be in a hurry, if you'll note. You know, the offense is kind of slowed down against this matchup zone that Simon's trying to play. Look for the high-low action to be open, into the high post, into the block.
Andrew Sparrow not on the floor right now for the Bearcats. Very deliberate offensive possession. There's Eli Young in the corner. And Young being badgered.
You can gamble a little bit if you're Simon Kenton to try to get in the passing lanes, because Anderson, no hurry right there's your turnover.
And Bilton in the thick of it again for the Pioneers, accelerating, but the layup long, and the rebound sucked in by Landon Daniels. Up now to number 2, Braden Morrow. His shot won't go, and back comes 55 Bilton. Great spoon feed pass, but a foul underneath prior to the basket, and it will be waved off. So Ishikawa back in as Landon Daniels shuttles out for Anderson County. And possession underneath visitors. As Marks on the dribble for Simon Kenton. Great pass underneath. High-low basket as Aiden Thomas found Christian Bounds. Unselfish pass there as Simon Kenton got it in deep, and they're going to head to the foul line trying to complete the three-point play. So Bounds 4 points tonight, averaging 1 here in the early phases of this season. Look good there. And Simon Kenton now within 1. Just under 6 minutes, second quarter. And Welch trying to slide it underneath the Ishikawa baseline. Nice ball movement by Anderson County.
Not in any hurry, very patient.
And the eraser, it's deflected out by Christian Bounds. It's going to stay Bearcat ball. And the Bearcats going to bring back Hudson DeGarmo, 6-foot junior. As DeGarmo in for the Bearcats. And stolen away. Intercepted Aiden Thomas in the passing lane. That shot is off the mark from 22 Aiden Thomas. And chasing down for that loose ball will be Colt Smith and an Anderson County timeout. We'll take a 30-second break as well. A 12-11 Anderson lead here in the first half. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
(12-11) Anderson County, 5:20 to go in this first half. Bearcats led by 4 after 1. Then Simon Kenton completing a conventional three-point play. There you see Coach Hyatt with some instruction on that far sideline.
Well, you know, right now, Anderson's kind of reeled this thing in and got the tempo they want, 12-11, midway through the second quarter.
Andrew Sparrow back in for the Bearcats at that last dead ball.
You got Bilton out top, and he's going to gamble a lot. So if you're smart, you want a ball fake around him because he's going to try to gap the passes. Another turnover.
Eddie Marks in the passing lane, and Marks finds Bilton on the right. There's 2, and a foul as well.
Well, Anderson getting a little bit of a hurry on the offensive end, and that's 2 straight turnovers leading the baskets for Simon Kenton.
All starting with Eddie Marks stepping in the passing lane to jumpstart that fast break.
9 turnovers for the Bearcats already, 8 for Simon Kenton, so a little sloppy.
Bray Bilton now with 7. And the Pioneers in a teeter-totter lead, 14-12. Gabe Hyatt underneath us near sideline.
You know, haven't had a lot of touches inside.
And Sparrow coughs it up there. It's Bilton in the open floor, evading congestion, put it in, and another foul.
Turnover number 10 for the Bearcats. And Bilton really doing a good job getting out in the passing lanes. Nice step through, finished the shot. So what was a 12-8 lead for Anderson now is a 16-12 deficit.
That's the preceding and 1. As Bilton accumulating points in a hurry here. He'll be stuck on 9. And an important segment here for Anderson. They've been outscored 8-zip here in this quarter. Sparrow, reverse layup with the answer.
Well, Sparrow's got to get more touches. Anderson shot a great percentage so far, but you mix in 10 turnovers and that limits your shot productions.
Andrew Sparrow with 6, back to a 2-point Simon Kenton lead. Pull up elbow J, bingo.
Well, once again, as the tempo is picked up, so has the Simon Kenton scoring pace.
Bray Bilton with 11. He's a nice-looking player. There's Hyatt underneath, and it's turned over again as Simon Kenton having an advantage here. Marks driving. Eddie Marks on the controls for Pioneers. 1-4 coming in. Bilton And the entry pass going to deflect off of Noah Hardcorn for a turnover.
Turnover number 9 for the Pioneers. Simon staying in the 2-2-1. It's kind of forced it up tempo, and it's been a while since Anderson's had a good look for a basket.
As Bilton on the defensive end again, chasing Ishikawa. Under 3 minutes in the half. And the second foul of this quarter on the Pioneers. It's Will Scobie. Underneath Sparrow, that was a tough angle from the out-of-bounds pass. Turnover.
Turnover number 12.
And Marks has his pocket picked.
It's been a while since Anderson's even had a good look for a shot.
Here's Hyatt sliding through the double team. And a foul chasing from behind on Bray Bilton. 13 foul for the Pioneers in this half. And Anderson surveying their options. Andrew Sparrow, 24, working very hard underneath as he's going to be slung to the turf. Now Hyatt there, Sparrow being badgered underneath, and a foul as Simon Kenton called for their fourth, a common foul.
Well, you know, an interesting scene there. If Sparrow hit the deck, 2 Simon Kenton players helped him up. Kind of a lost sportsmanship thing that you don't see anymore. So many times you watch the college games, it's a stare down when somebody hits the floor. It was good to see both those guys help him up.
So Sparrow to the free throw line.
For Anderson to be successful, Sparrow's got to get more touches. You know, sometimes it's because the guy at the wing is maybe just a little impatient and passes the ball back away from him. You know, you got to give guys inside working a little time to sit inside. Going to have lane violation.
And it's going to be on Anderson County, so that's going to negate the free throw for Sparrow.
That's just like a turnover. Took a point off the board.
2:19 left. Would you like to see Sparrow maybe play a little further from the basket to get more touches?
I think he's going to have to because his teammates are having a hard time getting him the ball. He's almost staying too low to the basket.
Liam Heeger on the handle momentarily for Simon Kenton.
Simon much better with their zone offense.
Heeger faking a pass, off with that 3. Hardcorn with a rebound, did not get the Lawrenceburg bounce. And Ishikawa out with it for Anderson County. They've only scored 3 points in the 6.5 minutes or so of this quarter.
Well, you know, think about it. Between turnovers, they haven't even gotten very many shots off this quarter. And there's another turnover, number 13 for the Bearcats here in this first half.
And Simon Kenton on this possession without Bray Bilton, as Bilton on the sideline momentarily, getting his rest.
I think he just does, you know, he's a gambler, and you don't want him to pick up that cheap foul here in the last minute of the half.
Aiden Thomas applying the break. There's 13 Xavier Lindenschmidt in the game. Lindenschmidt baseline, elevates, got.
Staying in that 2-2-1. It's been good to Simon Kenton. Anderson had a lot of good looks and have made a lot of turnovers against it.
There's Morrow in the corner. Crease baseline.
There you go, High-Low. You missed him then.
And Sparrow Hyatt, a great assist. Andrew Sparrow now with 9, but second assist, great assist for Gabe Hyatt, 55. Aiden Thomas up top now. Liam Heeger, and a travel On 22, Aiden Thomas.
Those are the things that coaches hate. No one around Thomas. He just got happy feet with 27 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Coming up at half, we'll update the score ticker. Several area games ongoing. We'll also keep you posted on some first half stats and highlights. Morrow 3, that's off, and Welch on the backside for the rebound. And Ishikawa receiving orders to hold on for one here as we slide under 8 seconds in the half. Sparrow to the foul line, he'll parade.
Well, Sparrow's got more touches here in the last minute than he had in the entire first and most of the second quarters. And it's a point that you brought up, Chris. He's had to come off that low block, catch the ball in the mid-post area because they just kept him covered up down on the block.
And that was going to be a little bit short. Sparrow will have one more, and for an offensive possession to come, Simon Kenton will bring back Bray Bilton.
4 seconds to go here in this second quarter.
Bearcats led 12-8 after one. Trying to reduce this to a 2-point deficit late in this second quarter.
You make them catch the ball. That's exactly why Bilton.
And Bilton in time, but short, and that's going to take us to half. Bray Bilton doing some impressive things. This was his second and one opportunity in the second quarter, and this is going to take us to a break. So Simon Kenton leading Anderson County at the half, 20-18. Stay close. More coverage coming up from Lawrenceburg right after this pause from Glycod.
My favorite thing about being a student at U of L is just the sense of community that I have on campus or off campus. Sports has positively influenced my life by taking me out of just slumps that I have in dark places. Anytime I'm feeling down or maybe alone, I always have basketball to go to. I can go to the gym at any time of the day and just my mind clears up. My name is Javon Hadley, and I'm better without it.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley Davidson. Your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington. Visit manowarhd.com.
Chris LeBar, Gary Forrest back live at Lawrenceburg. A 2018 Simon Kenton lead over the Anderson County Bearcats. After one, the Bearcats led it 12-8, and Simon Kenton pretty much reversed that score in the second quarter. Now they lead at the turn 20-18. The top scorers in this game, no surprise, it's Bray Bilton, Simon Kenton's leading point getter on the season. He's got 11, and Andrew Sparrow also with 11. So that should be 11 for Bilton and 11 for Sparrow. We'll have more coverage coming up. Simon Kenton and Anderson County live tonight on Glycod. We'll be right back.
We know it's more than a matcha latte. It's your midday MVP. Bigby makes it better.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front 24/7. Our gift to the town. It's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive. We are leaders in customer care.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Give me a home where the buffalo roam.
For your home and your range. Bad Boy. Power, performance, attitude.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Back in Lawrenceburg, it's a close one, as we thought. 2018, Simon Kenton by a basket. Gary Forrest, your observations on the first half.
Well, we said before the game, you know, if you're Anderson, you want to keep it in the low numbers, and that's kind of where it was. Both teams, if there was any big numbers, unfortunately, 13 turnovers for Anderson and 12 for Simon Kenton.
Bray Bilton and Andrew Sparrow each with 11, and the change to defense benefited Anderson in the first quarter. What was the biggest difference for Simon Kenton in the second period?
Well, I think Simon fired up a lot of threes early, And they showed a little more patience, and they scored off their defense. You know, those 13 turnovers, a lot of them were turnovers out front by Anderson, and Simon able to get 2-on-1 breaks and score, and Bilton particularly being the person who took advantage of that.
Second half coming up shortly. It's a 2018 Simon Kenton lead at the half. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball live tonight on Glycod, and we'll be right back.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Anderson County Bearcats, Simon Kenton Pioneers collaborating tonight in 8th Region High School basketball action. Pioneers by 2 points as we get set for the second half. Bearcats inside their huddle, and we'll see what they elect to do here offensively as they try to provide a little more balance to their offense. Andrew Sparrow with 11 of their 18 points.
Well, you know, Chris, we said at the beginning of the game, this might be one of those games that was headed by the defense. And as of right now, both teams probably have had more stellar offensive nights, but that's why you play the game.
So Simon Kenton possession.
Anderson back 2-3 zone on the half.
And Marks will elect to find Will Scobie up top. Scobie, one of their better three-point shooters. He's made 9 on the season. He's 0 of 4 thus far tonight from distance. Nice entry, and Eddie Marks knocks it in.
Well, Marks took advantage of the open post area, caught the ball on the elbow. One dribble, short jumper. Once again, Simon 2-2-1 on the half.
Eddie Marks now with 4 as Landon Daniels rifles it down to Eli Young, and he'll put it in.
Nice up and under fake by Young for the easy basket in the paint.
So both teams scoring on their inaugural possession of the second half. And a 22-20 Pioneer lead.
Bearcats back 2-3 zone.
High arcing three. That's going to be well long from Scobie.
Well, that was a contested three as well. I think Coach probably would have felt like they get a better shot.
Here's the interception by Scobie. Bilton fills and completes. Bray Bilton now with 13, most points for either team.
Another turnover for Anderson. That's number 14 here early in the second half.
Sparrow, baseline well long with that one. Young on the backside gets the rebound, and an astute cut underneath. And off the mark is Landon Daniels. Will pick himself up off the mat and shoot 2. And the free throw going to be off the mark. Daniels on the season, only 64% free throw shooter. Doesn't get a ton of opportunities. And that one off as well, so a missed opportunity.
For a team that's hard-pressed to produce points, Anderson going to have to make any and everything. The little chippers, the free throws, because right now 20 points in the third quarter is not a great amount.
5:40 left in this third quarter.
Anderson's going to get the high post man, and he's going to make the wings jump shooters before it's over with.
And possession underneath will stay Simon Kenton as Marks colliding with Andrew Sparrow underneath.
Good to watch this step in, man. You got 4 out.
There's a 3 off the mark as well, and a foul in pursuit of that miss. And it's going to stay on the left, so Simon Kenton going to hang on to it. And we saw this on one of their earlier possessions where they had 3 and 4 opportunities to score.
You know, that's just like a turnover. You make kind of a dumb foul. The ball's away from you. You're going to get the ball on a missed rebound, only to give the ball back to Simon Kenton.
Just over 5 minutes left in this third quarter. And it's deflected away in Anderson County. As Ishikawa back for the Bearcats as they need some offense here on this drive. Down 4. Cutting is Welch. That shot off, and Sparrow deflects it out last. It's going to stay Simon Kenton. And Brian Hyatt not at all pleased with the result of that call.
Yeah, Coach Hyatt very animated on the sidelines and still letting the official know what he thought of the call, and it wasn't very good. I don't think he'd be inviting him over for Sunday dinner.
Under 5 minutes now in the third. Bilton at the elbow, slides between defenders and puts it in.
You know, Chris, right now, Simon killing Anderson County, getting the ball into the post area at the free throw line. If they keep doing that, that's not good.
Bray Bilton with 15 points.
Bilton is very active, and they did a good job the first half keeping the ball away from him, and this second half he's more than made up for it. See, Anderson doesn't get the ball in the paint area, and it makes it easier to defend.
Good reversal from Ishikawa to Eli Young to the left. 4 minutes now in this third quarter. There's the entry. Swerving baseline was Sparrow back to Cooper Welch. He missed on the doorstep, and the rebound snatched by 55, Bray Bilton. Simon Kenton now leading by 6. There's a 3, and it's in finally for Will Scobie. Got an Anderson County timeout as well. The lead at 9, and we're back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
29-20, Simon Kenton leading in this third quarter. Pioneers outscoring Anderson County 9-2 in the first 3+ minutes of this third quarter.
Chris, right now, Simon's doing a great job of getting the ball into the high post area, and almost every time they've been able to do that, it's led to easy baskets. They weren't able to do that the first half, so look for Anderson to go back because Bilton's made a living getting the ball in the paint and either scoring or dumping off to his teammates.
So Anderson County going to traipse length of the floor, and timeouts very quietly becoming an issue in this game as Anderson County only 2 stops remaining, and Brian Hyde during that dead ball was still working the official.
Yeah, there comes a time when, his assistants have to do a good job and get him off the officials and let him coach the kids, and maybe one of the officials quietly talk to by one of the assistants.
Christian Bounds will check out for Simon Kenton. Eddie Marks will depart as well. Marks been relatively quiet, averaging 15. Has but 4. It's been a solid third quarter for Simon Kenton. There's the entry, and Sparrow has it denied by Noah Hardcorn. Up to Bilton baseline. He'll skip it to Scobie. And Scobie's got 2 in a row.
Well, right now, Anderson only 3 attempts at basket here in the third quarter. 9 attempts for Simon Kenton.
Will Scobie now 11 made threes on the year, and this one's starting to slide away. Simon Kenton on another run as Bilton leans it long. And back to cradle the rebound is number 2, Braden Morrow. Cooper Welch has it back to Ishikawa. And the Bearcats badly need some offense here with 2:30 in this third quarter.
Anderson needs to attack the basket.
And smothered and deflected out by Xavier Linden Schmidt.
They're almost content to bring the ball up and just reverse it from side to side, but you've got to attack the basket to make the defense collapse.
And another Pioneer foul. Is Welch to trigger it in. Welch inside the foul line.
There you go.
Off the mark, though, but he'll head to the foul line.
Good things happen when you attack the glass.
There's Welch, 64% free throw shooter, will drain that one. That's the Bearcats' third point at the 2:21 mark, and they had a lengthy drought like this in the second quarter as well.
Well, and both times what we saw was they quit attacking the basket. They started playing perimeter ball. Not that they shot it outside, but when you go side to side, that gives Simon an opportunity to get a piece of the ball, and they made some steals.
Free throw in for Sparrow. It's 32-22 with 2:21 now in this third quarter. The Bearcats going to utilize the dead ball to pick up with pressure. As Thomas finds Bilton. Wide open 3, and Scobie on a heat check has it rattle out. And Bilton muscled it short. And how about Cooper Welch lassoing the loose ball? Under 2 minutes now in this third.
Watched again, too much perimeter. Got to look at those guys. Free throw line extended, baseline.
Hyatt well off the mark on that deep 3, but chased down for the rebound. And the follow by DeGarma comes up empty. Scobie weaves it right underneath and rammed in.
Nice pass.
Noah Hardcorn.
Very good job attacking the basket, occupying the defense, finding the open man.
With 1:11 now in this third and a 12-point Anderson County Bulge. Morrow. Now Ishikawa. Welch turns and shoots, puts it in. A Pioneer foul.
Almost every time they've got the ball in the paint and look to score, they've come away with points. Sometimes they get it in the paint and they're quick to pass it back out the opposite side. You're passing up a 10-footer for a 15-footer.
Nice ball movement with the end result, the Cooper Welch basket. And Ishikawa with the assist. And Andrew Sparrow still on the bench with 55 now in this third quarter. Welch with 5. But can the Bearcats turn over Simon Kenton enough to get back in this game?
Well, that's the key. You know, Simon has done a great job. You know, when you're shooting point-blank layups, that's going to be in your favor. They missed that one, but...
Great defense by the freshman. Hardcorn to rip that away for Simon Kenton.
Free throw line extended. That's going to be there all day, and he's going to go right into the paint.
And there's a foul on Hudson DeGarma, only the second this stanza on Anderson, so side out underneath. And here comes Sparrow for an offensive possession. They hope if Anderson can come out with it.
14-7 right now. Simon outscoring Anderson here in this third quarter.
Liam Heeger lofts that right to Sparrow, and a turnover with 8 seconds, and Ishikawa going to jet it across. Sparrow, a 3, well short. And that's going to take us to the fourth. 34-25, Simon Kenton leading the Anderson County Bearcats. Will step aside. Now this from Bluegrass Community Technical College on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. Chris LeBar back live with former Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest, Joe O'Million on camera, and Steve Bird, our producer. Our final broadcast of this calendar year, and then we'll start guns a-blazing here in a couple of weeks. So the Bearcats down 9 to start, and how do they get back in this game, Gary?
Well, you got to get some inside action. They're almost playing too much around the perimeter, and they're not getting good looks.
There's a 4-shot. Bilton, I believe, got a hand on that ball. It's saved right back underneath, and Welch muscled it in and drew a foul. Just a wonderful effort as the Bearcats try to get back in this game, and Cooper Welch, wonderful save, and then the end result basket.
Well, look, waited to see if Anderson changes their defense and maybe picks up Simon full court. Missing a lot of free throws.
Ripped at the rebound, though.
Caught the break.
Yep, DeGarma got it back. Welch foul line.
See, Welch got to look to score there. That's an 8-foot jump shot. He's almost too nice of a teammate there.
And you had Sparrow underneath in very close proximity.
You let one defender guard too. So Ishikawa doing a little double duty, playing point guard and clean up the wet spot on the floor.
He plays really hard out there.
I like the way he plays. He needs to be a little more offensive oriented.
Here's Bilton.
There's one that is.
And Bilton, how about charge underneath as Hudson DeGarma. No, that wasn't DeGarma. That was Andrew Sparrow that drew it. And that's the fourth on Bray Bilton.
And it'd be interesting to see if Bilton comes out. Here he comes. You're not going to play him in there right now. And at the same time, Sparrow looks like he's visiting the nearest wastebasket.
Oh, maybe Sparrow not feeling well.
And he's still hugging the wastebasket. And right now we got a sub in for him, I do believe. Yep.
Yeah, Sparrow not feeling well.
Sparrow hit the floor last time down. When he got up, he looked like he needed a break. And he's still hugging it, so I hate to be so graphic, but 2-2-1 by Simon. It's been very successful for them. But with Bilton out, that takes a big offensive spark away. Got to get the ball in at the elbow.
And the Bearcats down 7.
Missed him right there. It is. Got to look to score.
Cooper Welch with it. A strong drive, and Welch trying to bring the Bearcats back.
It's there. Welch is just being too nice of a teammate. Make the defense guard you.
Cooper Welch with 9. And Simon Kenton going to turn it over again as Ishikawa rips it away.
Now, if you're Anderson, attack the basket. Don't just pass it around the perimeter.
With 6:25 left, Bearcats at one point were down double figures.
Got Welch in there once again. Patience. There he is.
Welch again, 2 more. Cooper Welch playing fantastic. We're going to have a Simon Kenton timeout. The lead has been whittled to 3 with 5:54 left. Stay close. More coverage right after this.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Cooper Welch unofficially with 11 points, fueling this Anderson County comeback as they were down double figures in this second half, now down 3.
Well, Chris, we've talked about it this entire half. If Anderson will look to get the ball into the high post area, that guy can make one decision, one dribble towards the basket, and it's 2-on-1 offense. And Cooper Welch has finally figured that out. He's caught it in the middle, and he's become an active offensive player.
And Simon Kenton, what adjustment will they make here as DeGarma closing, and he'll be called for the foul, his first foul.
Well, the big adjustment, if you're Simon Kenton, is when do you bring Bilton back into the game? This started turning around when Bilton picked up this 4th foul, and they had to take him out.
And you've got a foul in backcourt again. This on Anderson County as well. That's Henry Cooper, 5'11" sophomore that's checked in the game. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Corner 3, that is off from Scobie. The putback off the mark. And how about Cooper Welch again coming out with that loose ball for Anderson County? Ishikawa baseline.
I don't think Ishikawa is going to shoot the ball. You know, he's the setup guy.
This has been a valiant comeback for Anderson County, win or lose, as they brought it back to a possession.
Well, the amazing thing is they've done it with sort of a different lineup, a patchwork lineup of kids off the bench.
Dugarma in the corner.
There's that postman in the middle. Going to get that all day.
And Welch could not get the roll that time. It's going to stay Bearcat ball.
A lot of contact. Welch hit the floor, but no call.
Inbounded underneath. 4:49 left.
Ichikawa once again. Double duty with the towel. Tough to get him off the floor.
Bearcats 7-1 coming in. Their best stretch to begin a season since 2019 and 20. And looking for their 5th consecutive win since losing 2 weeks back to Grant County with 4:49 left.
And might add, that's an undefeated Grant County team as well.
Welch out to Ichikawa. Morrow for the tie. And pinballed around, and out comes Simon Kenton. Ishikawa will deflect it out of bounds. Henry Cooper back in as Anderson County without Andrew Sparrow. As Sparrow certainly under the weather tonight. He's seated on the bench now with 4:37 left, their leading scorer. And the Pioneers will travel. That was Xavier Lindenschmidt, the 6'3 sophomore that shuffled the feet. And Sparrow going to come back in.
Yep, I kind of felt like he wasn't sitting up there by the coaches for nothing. You know, if he's sick and he couldn't play, they usually bury themselves down at the end of the bench. So let's see how Sparrow reacts. They've got a lot of success of hitting the post player as he floats up into the middle of the paint. And Welch showed that spot's open.
Sparrow with a catch underneath. There is 2.
Looks like he feels better already.
Wow. 34-33.
Nice entry pass from the high post.
Simon Kenton has yet to score in this 4th quarter. And there's the steal by Morrow, but he could not hang on. And Ishikawa's in the thick of it. And the held ball, the arrow, is actually Simon Kenton. So it will be Pioneer possession.
Well, that one looked like a greased pig. It was bouncing all around the lane. No one wanted to grab it. I think probably under the 3-minute mark, you look for Bilton to come back in because they're just not having any success offensively.
And Ishikawa again with a foul as the Bearcats with their 3rd. And you're right, Gary, that's been one of the turning points in this quarter when Bilton went out with that 4th foul.
Yeah. You know, Coach knows his players, and he knows how they'll play with 1 foul. Some you can leave them in there. They'll go for others are foul prone. Nice pass.
And Bounds knocks it in for the first field goal.
Well, it seems like it's been forever.
Simon Kenton, their first basket at the 3:40 mark of this 4th quarter. Pull-up jumper did not get the roll from Cooper Welch, and Simon Kenton with a hold.
It looked like Welch still was reluctant to shoot the ball. He's had great success. Step in there and shoot that little 6-foot short.
.257. Nice reversal.
They're in no hurry, and they're buying Bilton time on the bench as well.
Inside the teeth of that defense, and a travel. So wipe that one off the board.
Here he comes.
And Bray Bilton back in. 2:41 left as the Bearcats, with a made three here, would tie the game.
Back 2-2-1. Had great success with this in the first half.
Bearcats have not been tied since early in the second quarter. They actually led by 4 after 1, but Simon Kenton has led through much of this game.
So you got to get a post touch in there. They're just passed it side to side. Got to get that post flasher, and right now they don't have one. That's what gave them success. There he is.
Sparrow, great extra passes. Welch underneath, and I believe Christian Bounds going to pick up that Simon Kenton foul. Or will it? No, it's going to be on Scobie.
What you want to do is you want your kids to also be aware of where Bilton is. With 4 fouls, you force him to either guard or give up the easy basket or make that 5th foul. Most kids won't choose to do that.
Cooper Welch, season high 11 unofficially. That makes it an even dozen. 2-point deficit.
Interesting. Sorrell going back out. I don't know if Coach just feels like he maybe just can't go. But he made a nice entry pass to Welch then.
There's Welch for one more Bearcat free throw. That young man's played very well tonight.
Very much so, and reluctant to shoot it. That's the thing.
Bearcats picking up full court, down a point. Bilton bounds. Bilton follows for the basket.
Gotta know where he is.
Bilton fresh in the game after that lengthy stint on the Pine. His 17th point. And a Bearcat timeout. That leaves them with 1:47 remaining. 38-35. Simon Kenton leading Anderson County. And more coverage coming up next.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Bearcats and Pioneers in a good one tonight in Lawrenceburg. What's the adjustment? What's the discussion in the Anderson huddle?
Well, if you're Anderson, you want to remind the kids what got you back into this game was you were able to attack the defense through the high post area. That's the area that's open. On ball reversals, usually not from straight out front, but when the ball goes to the wing, look to make that entry pass, and the man in the middle has to make that quick decision. It's 2-on-1. You take a dribble, you shoot it, or you take a dribble and you either kick it out to the wing or you drop it down to the post man. They've had success with both of those.
Cooper Welch to inbound underneath. Basket here would reduce this deficit even more. Simon Kenton now leading 38-35.
Little 1-3-1, so first change right now. The 1-3-1 looking to take away the middle flasher.
Andrew Sparrow back in for Anderson County.
What you've got now is Sparrow on the baseline, watching him step out to the wing. There he goes.
Sparrow baseline, a strong drive, and he's going to throw it away. Stepping in the passing lane is Scobie.
Big turnover.
And Bilton has the seam baseline. Scobie's three, bingo.
Big bucket, big bucket.
Bill Scobie with 9, and we're under a minute left. And Bilton, the deflection from behind, and a key turnover as well.
Well, Bilton's great about back tapping, and your kids have to be aware of that. Bilton I'm not so sure about that shot, but he buries a deep three.
And that's going to do it. Got a Simon Kenton timeout as Trent Steiner, not sure if you can see this conversation. He was in the face of Bray Bilton. I'm not sure, like you said, they really didn't need that shot.
No, I mean, I just think that was one of those. But, Coach, I was open. There's a reason you're open. They want you to shoot that shot with the time on the clock. It goes in. You can't say anything, but you got to remember in the future, they baited you into taking a shot. You made it. Congratulations, but probably not a high percentage shot.
So 2 key turnovers and then 2 huge threes.
That's all it took.
Swung this back to 9, and Simon Kenton appears well on their way to their second win of the season against a hard-fought opponent tonight in Lawrenceburg. More coverage coming up on Glycod. We will have some basketball for you at the first of the year. It'll be January 2nd, our next stream. Henry Clay Sayer, and some big ones that first week with Anderson County and Collins coming up 3 weeks from tonight. So you're getting to the point after the first of the year, Coach, where all the district games happen, and even more significance.
Have to, Chris, because what happens is usually by the first week of February, you're going to draw for your district tournaments. So you got to get your district games in either late December or all throughout January. So, yep, you got it. They're coming.
Got some perspiration on the floor as well, with 32.4 remaining. We'll update the score ticker at the conclusion. Also have your most outstanding player as well. One student athlete from each team will be recognized.
I tell you what, Chris, little made note of the fact that Simon Kenton switched to the 1-3-1, and it's forced 2 quick turnovers by Anderson. So good coaching move by Coach Hester, and at the right time.
31 seconds left as Coach Steiner going to win his 364th game at Simon Kenton. Sparrow fouled on the closeout by Scobie, and that will be 3.
Yeah, the Cardinals said don't foul the three-point shooter, particularly late in this situation, and it'll be interesting. Last couple of times down, Sparrow's, you look kind of peeking. Let's see how he does at the line.
22 3/10 left. And this young man certainly tremendous talent, and he's really going to help this Bearcat team this winter.
Well, it gives them a little bit of an offensive threat, and that they sorely needed. They play good defense, but they've got to find ways to manufacture more points.
And certainly need some points from the backcourt.
Very much so.
Again, no Noah Beasley. He's a 14 per game score, injured his knee.
No three-pointers made this game, and only 3 taken.
So the lead at 7 with 22 seconds remaining. And Bilton finds Scobie. Great decision there.
That's knowing the situation with the ball. Time is more valuable.
And Simon Kenton going to dribble out the clock here. And Scobie going to hang on to it as Simon Kenton. A hard-fought win and a road win inside the region as they defeat Anderson County tonight 44-37. More coverage coming up, including our Cartown Kia postgame report right after this break from Glycod.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you, by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back live at Anderson County High School, Simon Kenton 2-4 on the season. Anderson County has their 4-game winning streak snapped as they fall to the Pioneers. Anderson now 7-2. Time now for our most outstanding players tonight, presented by our partners at Carpenters Local Union 1650. Build your winning career today for Simon Kenton. Unofficially, Bray Bilton with 20 points, Gary, and he just brings a different level of athleticism to this Pioneer team.
Well, you know, he really is the glue that makes them go in a variety of ways, whether it be defensively, getting a steal, forcing a turnover. Offensively, he does a good job of getting the ball to the open man and scoring himself if needed.
Christian Bounds providing 7 points, did some good things for them. And Will Scobie late in the game making 3 second-half threes. He finished with 9. And for Anderson County, Cooper Welch, Gary, solid game.
Very much so. Came in, played the high post. After a little prodding to get him to shoot the ball, he was very good at getting the little short 8-9-footer in the paint or making the dump pass inside. You know, it was because of him they were able to make that rally in the late third quarter and early fourth quarter.
Cooper Welch unofficially season high 15 points. Andrew Sparrow unofficially about the same as Anderson County falls tonight to Simon Kenton 44-37. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. Please Follow us on social media. Also, subscribe to our growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform. For our great producer, Steve Bird, also analyst Gary Forrest, and camera operator Joe O'Million, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Lawrenceburg, and happy holidays. We'll see you in 2026 on Glycod.
It's more than a matcha latte. It's your midday MVP. Big B makes it better.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.